Hi guys, welcome to another top 3 video. This week is Tau week, so we're looking at the top 3 Tau relics. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell just in the corner over there so you know each time we release one of these videos. Right, Tau relics then. Like I was saying yesterday, they're not the best faction out there, but actually some of the relics, and I've rolled relics and prototype systems into the same thing because that's how you take them. You can pay extra CPs to take either relics or prototype systems. And actually, they've got some really good ones, in my opinion, like some great ones. So in at number 3, I've got cross-linked stabilizer jets. The reason why that's there is because it really helps a commander. So you could put this on like a cold star, and what it does is it gives you reroll 1s to hit and reroll 1s to wound. So, you know, like yesterday, I was talking about Exemplar of the Montcar Warlord trait. You could put that on any commander, and they can just advance 40 inches up the board, and then they can shoot without any penalty. Now, if you've got this on them, the cross-link stabilizer jets, they can then reroll 1s to hit and reroll 1s to wound after moving 40 inches. So hitting on 2s rolling 1s, and then most likely, if it's just clearing up a backfield unit, wounded on 2s rolling 1s with fusion blasters. So that would be absolutely incredible. And like I say, it just gives you that extra reliability on a character you've paid a lot of points for. And I think that's priceless. That's why when I choose these relics, and because I go on and on about force multiplication and also making one character like optimal, and they're two very different things, but they're both just as important as each other. Because like force multiplication means that you're buffing everybody around that you paid points in your army to work for. You make it all slightly better. But then something that targets one specific character means that like you've spent 180 points on this cold star with 4 fusion blasters. You don't want him going over and then rolling a couple of 1s and that's it, you've whiffed and you've lost a 200 point character. You want to make it as reliable as you can. So relics like these that mean the chances of missing are like 1% hitting on 2s rolling 1s or something like that. So it's absolutely insane, and for that reason it definitely makes the cut for me. In at number 2, I've got reactive countermeasures. This is there because at the moment, a crisis suit bomb is amazing. The damage they can put out is insane. And then what you can do is you load them all out to have 2 weapons and ATS, or depending on the weapons they have, if they've already got enough AP, then you just have 3 of that weapon. Then what you do, you have 1 suit in the unit who you give a Crisis Iridium Battlesuit to. So he's got a 2+ armor save. Then you put a shield generator on him, so he's got a 4-up invuln as well. And then he's the guy, as his 3rd thing, you give him an air bursting fragmentation projector, because that's what you replace with this reactive countermeasures prototype system. And what that does is it lets that suit ignore AP-1 and AP-2 from ranged attacks. So you've got this one guy in the front of the squad who's got a 2+ save, ignoring AP-1 and -2, and he has a 4-up invulnerable. So he just makes the unit extremely tanky to oncoming fire. There's a lot of -1 and -2 shooting in the game right now, so I think this is crucial, and it keeps that crisis bomb alive so much longer. Because what you've got to do as well, right? You have 5 or 6 drones around the unit, kind of hidden behind walls, but within 3 of the suits. And when your opponent shoots you, if they hit you with something that's like AP-3, -4, you pass it off to the drones, and anything that's AP-1, -2, this guy starts tanking it. And trust me, when you've got a CP reroll, this guy will live for a very long time, and that suit bomb will shoot for multiple turns, and it'll get really annoying for your opponent and extremely hard to deal with. And that's just another benefit. Like, you're just there to try and do some damage, but your opponent will be thinking, oh man, how the hell do I get rid of this unit? So that in itself is like a double buff. So that's why that comes in at number 2 for me. Now, number 1, this is just, in my opinion, it's just so much better than everything else. The amplified Ion Accelerator. Now, you put this on a Riptide who's got an Ion Accelerator, and it's just insane. You always use the overcharge ability because you're most likely going to have a marker light hit on someone, and with the new stratagem where you can pick one unit anywhere on the table and put a marker light on it for 1 CP, there's no reason why you would not overcharge this. So we're not even going to talk about the regular profile, man. The overcharge profile is what you want. You fire on this every turn, and basically if you roll 1s to hit, you take a mortal wound, but you're re-rolling all you want, so the chances are very slim of that. And the profile becomes strength 9, so you're wounding even the toughest things like Imperial Knights and Mortarion on 3s. then you're -4 AP. So basically nothing gets an armor save against you, only invulnerables, and the damage becomes D3 plus 3. Now in this current meta, where there's quite a few things that can have -1 damage, like Dreadnoughts, Mortarion, how we spoke about, all Death Guard basically, and then when you've got things like Deathwing who can make 1 unit -1 damage and things like that, you really need to have reliable damage on big things. And because he's D3 plus 3 damage, even if something like that comes in front of him, he's still D3 plus 2, which is insane. That's an average of 4 wounds for everyone that goes through. He is an absolute monster. And the best thing about it is it's on a Riptide, so he's very tough. He's toughness 7, and also you don't have to Nova Charge, because the normal Ion Accelerator, you would have to Nova Charge the gun to get 6 shots, whereas this amplified Ion Accelerator just always has 6 shots. So that's another benefit. You don't have to Nova that, meaning you can always Nova for the 3-up invulnerable, which is insane. He's toughness 7, 3-up invulnerable with 14 wounds, and then he's got this cannon on him, and this cannon wrecks stuff. So I have shot so many things with this. You always put a velocity tracker on this Riptide now, because he does not need ATS as the thing's -4 AP already. So you shoot, and you're getting +1 to hit against flying targets. Loads of things in the game, I always say it, loads of things in the game that are really good all have fly. Now imagine this guy shoots Mortarion, and Mortarion fails like 2 saves. That's very possible. So he fails 2 saves, and you go, there's D3 plus 3 damage, D3 plus 3 damage. You could do 10 damage on something like Mortarion, and it's not even that unreliable. So, well, you'll pretty much do 8 damage averagely, and I think to do something like that to a Primarch that costs 500 points is priceless. This guy, you need him in your list, because he'll always do the damage, and he'll kick the hell out of something big in your opponent's army, probably for multiple turns, because he's very survivable. So he comes in at number 1 for me, and those are my top 3 Tau relics. Like I say, if you have any that are doing really well for you, please leave them in the comments below for everybody to share. And until the next video, I'll see you later, guys.